All right, this is the second video on parabola. Right, parabola. All right, so first one is if the equations is not in a standard form, then it needs to be changed into standard form. That's the key part, right? And then how do you do this one? By using a completing the square. So if you have not sure about the completing the square, I have done a video just before this one, right? So x squared equal to 4y. So that's the equation. Now this equation is parabola. I know that because there's only x squared. If there's a y is also squared, that means that's not a parabola. Parabola has either x squared or y squared. One of them has a square, not both of them, right? So if it's x squared, you know the parabola is, remember that I always my base is y equal to x squared. That's a parabola opens up or opens down, right? And whenever there's x squared, I know it opens up or opens down. But since your other term is positive here, so it should opens up. So what's the standard again? It's x minus h squared. So shift in x for p. P is the point distance from vertex to the focus. That's a distance p. And then y minus k, right? So y term is not a square here. So this is opens up or opens down. It depends upon your p value. So this is almost a standard form, but I'm going to change into 4p like that. So if you look at this problem, so I'm going to x squared is like a vertex is now, it's obvious. This is 0, 0. So this is from origin. And if you look at the 4p, if you want to find out p, then I can write down 4p should be equal to 7, right? That's if you compare with that the standard form. So then you can see that p is going to be just 7 over 4, right? It's a little bit less than 2. So how do I draw this one? So if you want to draw this one, since p is positive, so it's this one. So your focus is going to be 7 fourth. So 7 is like this 1, this is 2, 7 fourth is somewhere here. So that's your, let's see, 7 over 4. So that's your focus. And then I'm going to go 1, 2 down here too. And that's also negative 7 over 4, because that's the same amount you need to go down here, right? So your parallel parabola looks like this. And then this is your directrix. So directrix is y equal to negative 7 over 4. And that's your focus. So focus is 0, 7 over 4. And that's my vertex. Vertex is 0, 0. All right, that's all you gotta do. All right, next one is, if you look at, that's a standard form, right? So remember that y square is there. This is y square means now there's a y term, this square. So that means opens up or opens left or right. Now, if you compare this one with y minus k square equal to 4p x minus h, right? X is always subtract h, and then y is always subtract k. So your hk is your vertex, and which is going to be, in this case, if you compare with that number b there, then that's going to be x plus, that means negative 1, x h is negative 1, and your y is also negative 1. This time. And for p is negative 12, so p should be equal to divide by 4, so negative 3. All right, do you see that? And that's a negative number, so that means it opens to the left. The negative means to the negative of x-axis. All right, so my vertex is, again, my vertex is negative 1, negative 1. So negative 1, negative 1, that's my vertex. And from vertex, I'm going to go p units to the left and right. So that's a negative 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. That is my focus. I'm going to 1, 2, 3. That's my directrix. That's my directrix. So the directrix is, this directrix is going to be x equal to 2. And then that's my, and this is this is my vertex, and which is -1, -1, and that's my focus. That's my focus, and which is 1, 2, 3, 4, -4, -1. All right. If you want to find another point, you can always do that. You know, there's no y-intercept, right? Because you can see that the graph has to open this way. So if you want to find another point, you can just choose a point like a -2, and you can do -2 where it doesn't hit, or -3, whichever works here for x, right? You can try that one too. So, but your graph is going to go like that. Okay, that's all you need. And then axis of symmetry is this guy, right? So I forgot about the axis of symmetry. So axis of symmetry is this. Axis of symmetry. Symmetry is y equal to, you see that y equal to, you can just see that -1, right? I mean, you don't have to memorize that whole thing. Just draw it, and then if it is horizontal or vertical, you can figure out the your equation of the line. All right, I know it's a little bit look like messy. All right, let's try another one. So we have, I'm going to change the color here. Let's go green. So x squared minus 8y equal to 6x minus 1. All right, if you look at this, so there's x squared. So it should be opens up or opens down, right? So I'm going to x squared, I'm going to put it that, and then I'm going to subtract 6x. I'm going to bring that 6x in this side minus 6x, and I'm going to add 8y, and I'm going to add 8y, and I'm going to move to the other side. So it looks like 8y minus 1. All right, hopefully that you see that, right? Now I need to complete the square. Remember that this side is always complete square. So x squared minus 6x. What do I have to add there? If you remember this one from the video I have with the completing the square, make it a half of 6, which is 3. 3 squared is 9. I need to add 9, but at the same times I need to 8y minus 1. I need to add 9 on the other side too. Otherwise they're not going to be equal, right? See that? So now this is x minus 3 squared, and I'm going a little fast, but you can just pause the video and do your own, do yourself, right? So this is 8y, and then that's a positive 8. Now I need to write down the form like this is like a x minus h squared equal to 4p, and then a y minus k in that form, right? So that means this is okay. The left side is all right, but this one is, oh, I can pull out the 8, then that's going to be y plus 1. All right, so what's my vertex? My vertex is 3 comma x. This is hk, right? This is h, this is h, and this is your k. So that means 3 comma -1. Remember that this one has to be negative, right? In this case, so -1. And then now for p equal to 8, for p equal to 8, so the p should be equal to 2. So p is positive, so that means opens up, because it's, remember that x squared opens up, right? So let's find out vertex. Vertex is 3, -1. So 1, 2, 3, -1 is here. So 3, -1. And then my p is, so it opens up, right? So you're going to go 2 units up. So 1, 2 units up. And from here, 1, 2 units down. So that's my directrix, which is going to be y equal to 1, 2, 3, right? 3. And then my focus, that's a directrix. And then your graph is going to be look like that. I mean, if you want to find that y-intercept, you can easily do x is 0. So that's going to be, if you look at the x is 0, I'm going to use green again. If x equals 0, so if you want to find the y-intercept, if x is 0, that's going to be 9 equal to 8y plus 8. I don't know, you can use that one, or you can go all the way at the beginning too, right? You can do that. And then you see that y equal to, you subtract 8, right? And then it's going to be 1/8. So it's going to be, oh, it's going to be way flat. Should be somewhere here like that. That's gonna be look like graph. You can check that one. I don't know, I made a mistake or not, I'm not sure. Just check that one, and then one. That's your graph. So your focus is 1 to 3, 3 comma 1. All right. So you need what's a p-value? You need to have a p-value. You need to have a vertex, and then your focus and directrix, and then this line, we call it axis of symmetry. Axis of symmetry. And then that's what's the equation? It's going to be x equal to 3. All right, you can just check that. All right, let's do another one. It's a very similar like that. This one, you can try that. All right, and I will stop here. And that's your parabola. All right, that's your parabola. I'm going to go to the next video with the ellipse.